If you've been keeping up with this AI trading series, you'll know things have been getting spicier every episode. In the first episode, ChatGPT came in and absolutely smoked everyone. In the second episode, Google Gemini pulled one of the sneakiest comebacks I've ever seen, literally won by a few dollars. If you missed those videos, go watch them first, so you actually know the lore. Otherwise, you'll wonder why the hell these two are here again. But today, we're trying something different. Instead of 1 versus 1 matchups, I'm throwing 6 AIs into one big battlefield. We've got GrokAI, Perplexity, Microsoft Copilot, MetaAI, and of course the two returning champs, ChatGPT and Google Gemini. They earned their spot, so yeah, they're back for another crown. And here's the twist for this video. All 6 AIs are getting the exact same 3 setups, same screenshot, same price, same everything. So if 4 of them scream sell and 2 shout buy, we're going to see who actually knows what they're doing and who's just role-playing as a trader. After those 3 setups, only the top 2 with the highest ending balance move on to the final round. Another 3 setups, no mercy, winner takes the title. So yeah, 6 AIs, same chart, same rules, no excuses. Let's get straight into setup number 1. So this is the XAUUSD M5 chart we're using for all the AIs. I'll take a screenshot of this exact setup and then we'll send the same prompt to every AI. Here is the prompt that I will use. Now we're going to do something a bit different for today's episode. Instead of going one by one, like we did in the last 2 videos, we're putting all 6 AIs side by side on the screen. GrokAI, Perplexity AI, Microsoft Copilot, MetaAI, ChatGPT, and Google Gemini. Same chart, same prompt, same market structure. Let's see who is confident, who is playing safe, and who is overconfident. Alright, the results for setup 1 are finally in, and this one is actually pretty interesting. When I put all 6 AIs side by side, same chart, same prompt, same moment in the market, 4 of them immediately saw the exact same thing and all went straight for a sell. GrokAI came in confident with a clean sell at 4012.49, SL at 4022, and TP at 4000, risking 5%. The trade hit TP with no drama at all, pushing the balance up to $106.57. Solid start, nothing fancy, just clean execution. Perplexity followed the same idea, but went ultra-conservative with only 1% risk. Same entry, same direction, TP at 3992. And yeah, it also hit TP, but the balance only nudged up to $102.15. Safe. Maybe a little too safe for a tournament, but a win is still a win. ChatGPT joined the sell gang as well, took the same entry at 4012.49, but with its own SL and TP structure, risking around 2%. Another TP hit, balance moves to $102.50. Consistent, predictable, not explosive, but still in the green. And then you have Google Gemini. Same sell entry, but look at this. 15% risk. 15. Gemini clearly didn't come here to play safe. TP was all the way down at 3966, and it absolutely smashed through target. The balance jumps from $100 to $130.98. Massive lead right out of the gate. Gemini came in with that kill or be killed mindset. And this time, they killed. Only 2 AIs decided to go against the crowd and take buys. Microsoft Copilot saw something nobody else saw, took a buy at 4012.49 with TP at 4025 and SL at 4005, risking 7.5%. That one got slapped immediately. SL hit, and the balance drops to $92.50. Rough start. MetaAI also went by, but with a smaller 2% risk. Still didn't survive. SL hit as well. Balance now $98.30. Not terrible, but definitely not competitive compared to the sell gang. So yeah, after everything settles, the leaderboard says it all. Gemini absolutely crushed everyone with high-risk aggression, Grok holds second place with a clean win, and the middle group is clustered around the low 100s. Meanwhile, Copilot and Meta are already playing catch-up. But that's the thing with a tournament. You play too safe, you fall behind, you risk too big, you either fly or you explode. Alright, setup 1 done. Let's move straight into setup 2. Same process, same rules, and here is the next chart I'll be using for the screenshot. Alright, moving on to setup 2. And this one flipped the script completely. The moment I threw the same screenshot at all 6 AIs, suddenly the group split right down the middle. Some saw a buy, some saw a sell, and the results were chaos compared to the first setup. GrokAI, who had a strong start earlier, decided to go buy at 4008.31 with a 5% risk, but price didn't even entertain the idea. It rolled straight down, SL got clipped at 3998, and Grok's balance dropped to $101.24. Nothing crazy, but momentum is definitely slipping for Grok. Perplexity switched from that super conservative vibe in setup 1, but still stayed safe. It went for a sell this time. Same entry at 4008.31, TP down at 3988, tiny 2% risk, and it actually nailed the TP clean. The balance bumps up to $104.27. Not explosive, but they're steadily climbing without doing anything stupid. Then we get Microsoft Copilot, who clearly woke up after that terrible first setup. Copilot went for a sell as well, but with a massive 11.4% risk, easily the boldest move of this round. Entry at 4008.31, SL up at 4014, TP sitting at 3995, and it hit TP beautifully. The balance launches to $117.16. From one of the worst performers in setup 1 to top 3 instantly. Huge comeback. MetaAI also joined the sell train with a 10% risk. Same entry, SL at 4016, TP at 3996. TP smashed, and the balance jumps to $114.04. Not as crazy as Copilot, but still a very strong recovery. Meta is suddenly back in the race. ChatGPT kept things simple. Same sell idea as Meta, same TP and SL structure, but only risking 2%. TP hit, and the balance moves to $105.78. Clean, disciplined, and still in the positive lane. And then we have Gemini, the monster from setup 1. Gemini decided to go buy at the exact same price everyone else was selling, risking the same 15% aggression as before. But this time, yeah, it backfired hard. SL hit immediately, and Gemini's balance slides down to $111.33. Still high thanks to the huge win earlier, but you can feel that momentum dropping fast. So yeah, setup 2 shook up the entire leaderboard. Copilot and Meta came out swinging with huge wins. Perplexity and ChatGPT are slowly stacking profits. Grok is slipping, and Gemini, the early game killer, finally got punished by its own aggression. Setup 2 done. Let's move on to setup 3 and see who actually earns their spot in the finals. Setup 3 was brutal. Like the market suddenly decided it had had enough of everyone's confidence from the last round. The moment the candle printed, every single AI read it differently, but somehow they all ended up in the same graveyard. Grok came in first, with a buy at 3956.63, targeting a big push-up to 3976. It actually almost got there. Price crawled toward TP, hesitated, then completely reversed and slammed straight through Grok's stop at 3946. Grok's balance sinks again, now down to $96.18. Momentum is not looking great for them. Perplexity also went buy. Same idea, same direction, tiny 2% risk. And just like Grok, it was inches away from the target before the reversal wiped it out. SL got tapped at 3936, bringing the balance down to $102.18. Still above water, but that slow and steady approach finally took a hit. Then, Microsoft Copilot. Man. After the massive comeback in setup 2, Copilot went full throttle again, a sell with an insane 27% risk. Entry at 3956.63, SL sitting at 3970, TP at 3930. But price never even gave it a chance. Shot up, slapped the stop, and just like that, Copilot's balance crashes to $85.53. From hero to disaster in one setup. Meta also went for a sell, same direction, but with a much more controlled 10% risk. SL was at 3966.63, TP at 3936.63, but the spike upward wiped it instantly. Another loss, and Meta slides to $102.64. Not terrible, but definitely losing the momentum it built in Setup 2. ChatGPT followed the same idea, risking only 2%, keeping things disciplined. SL at 3968 got tagged, TP never even sniffed, and the balance dips to $103.66. Small damage, but it's still damage. And finally, Gemini, the wild one. It went sell with a heavy 15% risk, targeting a big drop to 3916. But the market wasn't having any of it. Price popped straight into the SL at 3970, and Gemini dropped all the way down to $94.63. From king of Setup 1 to fighting for survival now. So yeah, Setup 3 was a total wipeout. Every AI, regardless of bias, buy or sell, conservative or aggressive, got caught in the same whipsaw reversal. The buys almost made it out alive, but the market flipped right before TP, and the sells got no mercy at all. The leaderboard is about to look very different after this setup. After 3 brutal setups, only 2 AIs are still standing above the $102 mark, ChatGPT and MetaAI. And honestly, looking at how the market behaved, it makes perfect sense why these two made it to the finals. ChatGPT didn't do anything flashy, but it also didn't do anything stupid. Across all 3 setups, it kept its risk low at around 2%, stayed consistent with its SL and TP placement, and never overcommitted. It didn't hit any massive wins, but it avoided the kind of catastrophic losses that wiped out some of the others. Even in Setup 3, when everyone got destroyed, ChatGPT only lost a small percentage, which helped it maintain the #1 spot. Basically, ChatGPT won, not because it was the most aggressive, but because it was the most disciplined. MetaAI, on the other hand, took a slightly different path. It mixed conservative entries with a bit more aggression when it mattered, especially in Setup 2, where it secured a big plus 15.74% win. That one trade single-handedly carried them into the top 2. Even though Setup 3 hit Meta hard, its earlier gains were strong enough to keep it in the qualifying zone. Meta's strategy looks like calculated aggression. Take bigger risks only when the setup looks convincing, and stay moderate the rest of the time. Meanwhile, the others fell for the classic tournament traps. Grok played too safe early and couldn't recover from the losses. Perplexity was steady, but never scored a big enough win to break into the top 2. Gemini went full berserker. Massive wins and massive losses, which eventually caught up, and Microsoft Copilot nuked itself with huge risk in Setup 3. So yeah, ChatGPT won this round through pure consistency, while Meta clawed its way up with smart, controlled aggression. Everyone else either blew up, played too safe, or got taken out by the market. That's why these two are the only AIs entering the finals. And for the final round, we're changing the rules a bit. Both AIs get a fresh $1,000 account. We move up to the M15 timeframe, and this time we're forcing a high-risk, high-reward approach. No more playing safe, no more tiny risks. It's the final, go big or go home. So now it all comes down to this. ChatGPT versus Meta. Consistency versus strategic aggression. 3 setups. 1 winner. Let's see who takes the crown. Alright, before we jump into final setup 1, here's the screenshot we'll be using for both AIs. And same as earlier rounds, we send the exact same prompt to both AIs. Now let's see what both of them gave us. Alright, final setup 1 is done, and wow, the finals did not waste any time showing who came to play. ChatGPT opened the round with a sell at 3978.08, targeting 3945 with a 7% risk. The idea wasn't terrible, structure was looking weak, but the market pushed the opposite direction almost immediately. SL got tagged, and ChatGPT drops to $930. Not a complete disaster, but definitely not how you want to start a final. Meanwhile, MetaAI went the complete opposite direction. Meta took a buy at the same price, but with a massive 18.9% risk and a TP at 4005. And somehow, Meta hit TP clean. No stress, no hesitation, just a full send decision that paid off. Balance rockets from $1,000 to $1,134.53. So after setup 1, Meta lands a huge early lead. High risk, high reward, and this time it worked perfectly. Before we continue, here's the next chart. And again, same prompt to both AIs. Now let's look at what they gave. Final setup 2, and things get rough for both AIs. ChatGPT went full desperation mode. a sell at 3979.95 with a massive 26% risk. A bold attempt to catch up, but the market didn't care at all. SL hit instantly, and ChatGPT's balance collapses to $670. That's a brutal hit, putting ChatGPT in a very dangerous spot heading into the final setup. MetaAI also went sell, but only with a 3% risk. Super conservative for a final. But safe or not, the trade still failed. SL got hit, and Meta dropped slightly to $1,104.53. After setup 2, the gap becomes almost impossible. Meta still leads comfortably, while ChatGPT is hanging on by a thread. Only one setup left, and ChatGPT needs a miracle. Here's the final chart of the tournament. Same thing, one more prompt. Now here are the last entries. Alright, final setup 3, the last chance for ChatGPT to pull off something crazy. ChatGPT absolutely snapped here. It sent a buy at 4202.27 with a 43% risk. This wasn't high risk anymore. This was, please don't blow my account level of risk. But the market instantly reversed and crushed it. SL smashed, and ChatGPT's balance nukes down to minus $260. That's a full wipe. 0. Finished. Meanwhile, Meta stayed calm. A clean sell at 4202.27, SL at 4220, TP at 4170, risking just 9%. TP hit beautifully, pushing Meta's balance to $1,268.34. Not only did Meta win, Meta dominated the entire final round. Strong entries, smart aggression, and walked away with a 26% gain, while ChatGPT blew itself up trying to chase the leaderboard. MetaAI is officially the champion of the AI trading tournament. And that wraps up the final round. MetaAI didn't just win. It proved that controlled aggression beats desperation every single time. Huge respect to both finalists. And if you want me to run another tournament with new AIs, different pairs, or even different time frames, just drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this series, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it, because this took a lot of backtesting, screenshots, and caffeine. As always, trade smart, stay safe.